Okay, people. Today, we're going to be talking about distance, specifically on the coordinate plane. So, when we're talking about distance, right? So if I was asking you, what's the distance from point A to point B? Most of us would say, well, let's just count the boxes. Okay, fine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the distance from A to B is 6 units. Okay, so that's the distance. That's the distance from A to B is 6 units. Fine, easy enough. Similarly here, the distance from A to B, well, again, we can count our boxes. 1, 2. So the distance from A to B is just 2 units. Okay, fine. At this point, you might be asking yourself, Mr. Troisi, I know how to count, thank you very much. Why do I need to know this? Well, let's take a look at the next page. So, I'm still asking, what's the distance from A to B? I can use a straight edge to create a line segment from A to B. Okay, so I've got that purple line there from A to B. But how long is it? Can I just count boxes here? And the answer is no. So we have to do something slightly different here. We know from the last two examples we can count straight up and down. We can count straight side to side. We're going to do exactly that. We're going to make a nice right triangle and create those straight up and down. So from B, I'm going to make this line segment, and then from the end of that line segment all the way to A, I'm going to draw that line segment. Okay, well, from B straight down, that's 2 units. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We know this is a right angle, so this whole thing here is a right triangle. So what can I use to solve that missing side? Absolutely right, the Pythagorean theorem. So I'm going to say, well, I know A squared plus B squared equals C squared. I know A and B are legs of my right triangle, so these two here are legs. So I've got 2 squared plus 6 squared equals C squared. I know my B and my 6 look very similar. Okay, that's fine. 2 squared, 2 times 2 is 4. 6 squared, 36 equals C squared. 36 and 4 gives 40 equals C squared. And then this last step here, I don't really want C squared. I want C. Take the square root of both sides. And then I get C equals, let's plug this into our handy dandy calculator. Square root of 40 gives me 6.32, rounded to nearest tenth. 6.3. So then what that tells me is the distance from A to B is 6.3. So that right there is the distance from A to B. Okay. Go ahead. Try the next one on your own. Pause the video. When you're done with it, press play and see if you did it correctly. Okay, so again, we're going to draw this line segment, AB. We're looking for that distance from A to B. Again, I can't count that, but I can count straight up and down, and I can count straight side to side, so I will make a right triangle. That's a 90-degree angle. I can count that. That's 3. 1, 2, 3. That side length is 3. Okay, again, right triangle, I know my legs, need to find my hypotenuse. I'm going to use the Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. Both of these are 3 squared plus 3 squared equals c squared. 9 plus 9 equals c squared. 9 plus 9, 18 equals c squared. Last step, take the square root of both sides. C equals, let's see here, square root of 18 rounded to the nearest tenth would be 4.2. And again, that 4.2, that's the distance from A to B. Okay? So, you need to complete these next 2, 3, 4 on your own. Good luck.